Well, hello. Thank you for joining me. These are the announcements for the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish for February 12th, 2023. That is the 6th Sunday after Epiphany. We continue to practice our new winter worship schedule. There are 3 opportunities for you to worship in person this week. On Sunday, we have 2 in-person sessions, 8:30 at Peace and 10:15 at Nelsonville. You are warmly welcome and encouraged to attend worship on Sunday. It is an encouragement to all others here. It helps each of us, including you, to hold on to those things that are precious, and it is a powerful witness to our neighbors that in a world of distractions and other things to do, this is worth doing no matter what else there is. So I do invite you to worship. We are also having a Thursday night candlelight service every week. Now that's at Nelsonville. Music starts at 6:45. The candlelight service proper starts at 7. It is an island of calm and tranquility, a place of refuge amid the chaos and the noise of our ordinary lives. Just a reminder that on Sundays we celebrate communion on the 3rd Sundays of the month, and on Thursday nights it's every week. What that means is that there's at least 6 opportunities for you to come to the table of the Lord in any given month, sometimes 7. The 3rd Sunday at Peace, the 3rd Sunday at Nelsonville, and either 4 or 5 Thursdays, depending on how the calendar works out. So at least 6 and sometimes 7. And of course, when there's special events, often communion is offered there too. So there are no shortages of opportunities for you to receive communion, and I hope that you will present yourself at the table of the Lord with some regularity. We will be resuming processional communion after Easter. You know, that's when we get up and move to the front and we share communion in that way. Now, that'll be at the Sunday services. The Thursday night services will always be with the little cups in your seat because we don't want people walking around in the dark. We don't want people falling and getting hurt. So lots of opportunities for communion, and you are warmly invited. There's a link every time in the email about registering for services. You don't have to do that, but we don't pass the pew pads anymore, and there is a constitutional requirement that you attend worship. And so this is one of the ways that you can let us know that you're here, that you're participating, and that you want your voting membership to stay alive. So, every 6 months do that, but you don't need to do it more than that. Just a reminder that we had legal congregational meetings the last Sunday in January 29th. We had quorum in both churches, good, rich conversation in both churches, and the annual reports are available, whether you were able to make it or not. The annual reports are available either through the email that we send every week or below this video, and I hope that you'll spend some time thinking about those emails. We should do prayer list first. The prayer list has some new names on it, and it's been a week of loss in our midst. We lost Susie Borgen. She has not been her vibrant serving self for a little while. It's been some time since she was able to move freely, but in her time she was an example of grace and service and life and joy, and she has finished her race and she has gone home to be with Jesus. Depending on when you are watching this video, you may be able to still come to her funeral services. They are going to be held on Saturday the 11th at Peace. There's a visitation from 10 to 11. The funeral service proper is at 11, and then of course there's going to be a lunch. It wouldn't be fitting for Susie unless there were, and so you were invited to join us for that. If that's already happened, if you're watching this sometime later than that, your prayers for the family and for the friends are deeply appreciated. We are informed that Marion S. Is in her final days, perhaps hours of life in this world. She's 100 years old. She would turn 101 in March if God grants her that many hours, that many days. This is Tom S.'s mom, and we have prayed for her in the past, but now it is quite clear that without a direct touch from Jesus, the road is coming to a close, and it seems very likely that Jesus' touch will be one that brings her safely home into the kingdom of light. So prayers for that whole family as they watch and as they wait, and for Marion, that God would guide her steps, that she would hear Jesus' voice on her way home. Lynn G., member of Nelsonville, has spent a little time in the hospital and now is recuperating at Wren's Nursing Home up in Wausau. And so we remember him together. And then there are a number of folks, cancers and Hodgkin's lymphoma and stomach problems and postpartum depression. There are many of our neighbors that are in need. And so if you don't know who people are and you're a member of the church, just call us, me, Pastor Gretchen, Suzanne, and we will fill you in as confidentiality requests allow. As you figure out who these people are, that you would be praying for them and finding ways to support them would be deeply appreciated and a holy endeavor. All right, other things. We can't leave the prayer list. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but this horror that's going on in Turkey and Syria, the loss of life and the suffering that's there, that's got to be on top of our prayers too. All right, we're going to say more about that in a minute. Nelsonville is hiring a custodian. We have someone to do the maintenance stuff, but we need someone to do just the basic cleaning, vacuuming and bathrooms and glass and straightening. If you're interested in that, send a resume to the church office and we will get in touch with you. You can also use the contact form below this video to let us know that you would like to talk to us about what the job entails and whether or not you are a good fit. Offering envelopes are available still at both churches for those of you who have not picked them up. It costs us about $3 a box to send those out. That's a stupid waste of money in a world in need. So as you're coming to church for worship services or for other business, grab your envelopes. If your kids' envelopes are there, grab them. If your mom and dad's envelopes are there, grab them, pass them out. Make sure people have the ability to support our church as God commands. All right, now, back to that earthquake in Turkey. Again, if I didn't fear God and if I didn't fear human beings, I would run a fake charity. There are plenty of people who are not criminals and who do fear God, but run poor charities, where the majority of the money that's raised actually goes for overhead and fundraising and publicity and salaries and all that. That's nonsense. You shouldn't give those people $1. Let them find some other way to serve their neighbor with integrity. Obviously, we don't want to support criminals. That's an attack on our neighbor. If we let criminals flourish, we damage our neighbors. So, why wouldn't you give to Lutheran World Relief if this is on your heart? Right? The last thing I saw was more than 20,000 dead and people dying of cold and exposure. On top of that, Lutheran World Relief is there. They are trustworthy partners. Just go to lwr.org/quake. The other thing you can do is just give general gifts to Lutheran World Relief. They will use them where the need is greatest. But again, these are trusted partners, and I commend them to you and invite your prayers for folks in Turkey and in Syria. The Young Blessings Preschool is doing their winter fundraiser. The start date is February 13th. That's Monday. They are selling candy. They'll sell you a whole case of candy bars if you want. That's 48 bars for $96. But you can do some, you can do all, you can. There's just lots of choices. So if you want to support them, contact the Young Blessings Preschool. If you just send an email to church, we'll forward it to the preschool, and they'll get back to you about what's available and what the prices are. But the proceeds for the fundraiser are going to be used for the spring field trip, purchase of art art supplies, and developmentally appropriate materials for small group. And every little bit helps. So I want to invite you to participate in the Young Blessings fundraiser. I'm also informed, depending on when you watch this, it may or may not be too late, that on Sunday the 12th, there is a Super Bowl brat fry. So the brat fry is going to be at the pavilion next to Ambrosia's. It's from 9 until 2 o'clock. So you can leave peace worship and go get brats, without waiting at all. So from 9 to 2 o'clock, there's going to be a brat fry at the pavilion next to Ambrosia's, and all the proceeds are going to go to supporting the Amherst girls softball team, equipment, travel expenses, and the like. There are a lot of other things that are posted below this video. I commend them to you. I ask that you take a moment to look at them, and I invite you to find ways to participate and to serve in the life of your church. I am endlessly grateful for our partnership together. I'm grateful for your prayers and for your financial support. May God bless, protect, and keep you. Amen. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.